What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to Madden 19 YouTube series. We're on week 6. I'm going to try to get us to week 8 by the end of this video. But I'm going to go get my drink and get my phone charger so I can talk to you guys in the comments and get going. Okay, I am back. As you can see, we still have Josh Rosen, we have Brett Hundley, John Ross. We don't really need, so I might try and trade him for a first round pick. So if I can get another first round pick, before. Who's in last place? No, the entire NFL. Last place, I think. Damn, the Chargers? Chargers and Jets. Okay. Jets would need a more because yeah. First round pick? Yeah? Okay, I can make that happen. Let's give him a first and then a third next year. Boom, there we go. We lost a wide receiver, but that's perfectly fine because there's plenty of wide receivers in the Rincon draft. Let's have Antonio Gates. Let's get him a Super Bowl. Braxton Miller. Boom. There we go. We got Gates and Miller now. Okay. And there we go. He would use some middle linebacker help.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned into Madden 19.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Under center, it'll be the former UCLA Bruin, Josh Rosen.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, that was that 5 last week, but 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick, but I'm betting he continues the streak in this game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running. And
I've never seen Fitz drop a ball.
And moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sheldon Richardson with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV.
Come on.
Who is this guy? He's special. And he said, dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did?
And now a fumble. The ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball.
Golden!
Man. Marcus Golden in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And plays like in the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On the ground, it's Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Left side caught by Diggs. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And Forbath will put this one through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're
Come on,
looking for.
Larry.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something.
Pass interference?
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Pass interference. Defense.
Thank you.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Dang.
He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
The Vikings' top 2 receivers match up with any pair in the NFL, and I'm talking about Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. And how about this? Both underdog success stories. Diggs, 5th round in 2015. Adam Thielen, undrafted in 2014. Now they're helping set the pace for wide receivers in the league.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's
There we go, baby.
down.
Come on.
He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Flushed out right. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern.
Come on,
once
man.
you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Come on, come on.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that's caught.
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive
Oh,
back.
come on. He was in triple coverage, but, man, that would have been so beautiful if Larry would have gotten that.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally, I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They stopped the double cut.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr, not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long here for Rosen.
I press R1, man.
Sack him on the final play of the first quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. 4th down. Here's Rosen. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is going to be incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run, Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. 3rd and long for Cousins. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Call.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Forbath, the extra point. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Okay.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And we need to make something happen right now, man.
Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag.
Get the ball back.
The play. You did it. I had to.
Get in the field goal or touchdown range.
Here comes Josh Rosen and the Cardinals offense back onto the field. It hasn't been his day. It hasn't been their day to this point, but you know, some kudos to this crowd. This is not an easy environment to play in.
And they have to be really excited because they feel like they're having an impact on the game. The visiting quarterback not playing very well, their team not doing well. They're helping their home team out. Now, if you're that quarterback, though, you got to find a way to hurt that crowd. And the only way to do that, make good plays and try and calm them down.
I'm sure he's thinking it starts right here on this drive. He'll rifle this one deep right.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
It's complete. They give him a gain of 38. Clock running, under 4 to play now.
Okay, just rush it. I don't care.
10. A big welcome back here for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. On 2nd down, Johnson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Johnson. Able to push his way through. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And
first down.
Pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Here's Rosen. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Hold on to the ball, man.
Was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They try to throw on second down, but this one
My line is flipping falling apart, man.
A nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Rosen will throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again, it's Rosen. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Antonio Gates.
As he go for the extra point.
On the year. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him
now
in
down by a field goal.
So many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Yeah, a good return. He's across the 35-yard line.
All right, come on, let's stop him now. March down the field. Use our 2 timeouts wisely.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen.
Now the ball comes loose.
Okay.
This is recovered by the Cardinals.
Let's go, baby.
Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Touchdown, Cardinals! Larry Fitzgerald with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Vikings going to see.
Now we're winning by 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Kick a field goal, winning by a touchdown.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Vikings.
They're going to go for a Hail Mary.
Timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Cousins on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kendall Wright, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
That's caught by Treadwell. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives,
let's go, let's go, let's go.
I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely.
Come on.
And when's it going to go down?
Come on, baby.
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
I had no choice but to do that.
Incomplete.
I'm not taking the sack, and I'm not going to risk throwing a pick.
30 seconds to go in this first half.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
Lucky 56.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And
so now we're winning by a touchdown.
And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin with a couple of hard-hitting franchises, former division mates. Seattle taking on Oakland, and it's the Raiders who have the lead in that one. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Tyrell Williams, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that one all even as they play the visiting Bucs. In our game, we've seen a strong performance thus far out of the rookie first-rounder Josh Rosen. He's thrown for over 2.
You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of the coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They run it again with Cook. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this.
There we go, Scooby.
Here, he's brought down for a sack. Scooby Wright. loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Getting set to go again, we get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape.
Oh, no! Threw a pick.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Damn it. Yeah, that was a stupid throw on my part.
So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
The former first-round pick Shane Ray in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
Holding offense.
Bye-bye.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Throwing his Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Morgan. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pick up there.
Dude, they're leaving people wide open tonight. I have no idea why.
Like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. To throw his Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man is Thielen is complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Shit.
Adam Thielen with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And
He almost threw another one.
He was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They go to Johnson again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop.
Come on, man.
It's a loss of 2.
Please, hold together the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. Antonio Gates,
he's throwing like guys.
Intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I've seen high school kids having better games than this.
He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives.
I know I'm the one calling the plays, but come on.
Right side catch. This is Gates. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
That's the first interception I've thrown in years.
There when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen
first INT in
years?
years?
The defense
haven't thrown one in years.
Right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
Oh, I can't believe this, man. I'm so pissed off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And a loose football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Thank you, Tyrann Mathieu. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Often on fumbles.
I took my hands off because I was getting pissed off.
Geez, what did he do? But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Okay, I'm so pissed off, dude. I'm so pissed.
Record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. On 2nd down, Rosen forced out to his left. Deep left side. And almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, I'm just trying to bomb it, but I need to stop doing that.
But it's going to wind up incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. So a pressure spot now for Phil Dawson. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there.
Close.
An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Kirk Cousins with 4 game-winning drives as a member of the Redskins a year ago. He's got a 1st and 10 here.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Yeah, I'm watching my stream so I can see.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield.
Okay, 3rd and 14.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. I guess you can't
We stop him here, high game,
he
march down the
nice
field.
job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball
Oh, I thought that was a pick.
Their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And Forbath will put this one through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
No. Check. Patriot.
Here's Rosen, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
He dropped it.
Free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
He dropped the ball.
These are the spots this stage of the game
Oh,
where it
come
pays
on.
to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Rosen, escaping the pressure right. Shrugs him off.
Larry Legend.
This is going to be caught. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Rosen. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now. In position for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it. Rosen to throw. Flushed out right. Wiggles free. Gates with a grab. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it's
Don't ice me, baby. Don't ice me.
He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And the Cardinals win it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cardinals, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they can't quite seem to turn things around.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
I believe this is a Thursday night football game. No, you can go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots open. Look at all those picks we have. We may need to trade some more players. Oh, let's scout Alex. Right tackle. Left tackle. Can we get a first from the Redskins for him? No. What about a second? You know what? I'll keep him.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Could it be an early Super Bowl preview? It's a coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on
EA Sports.
This is a Super Bowl match.
Takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Denver Broncos and the Arizona Cardinals. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. As we get set to see Josh Rosen.
So weird seeing that one pick.
The number 10 pick in the 2018 draft.
And you and I
let's
both
hope
know
I don't
that
throw
any
another
win
one
is a good win.
anytime
And
soon.
that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now Rosen looking to throw. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. The numbers for Fitzgerald from last week. He was the focal point. Big game, up over 200 yards and a score.
And one thing I do know, when you put up numbers like that, the next team you're going to play is extremely arrogant. All they're thinking is, what can we throw at him that's going to be different and is going to knock him off his game?
Now he's going to let... That's caught inside the 20.
Larry.
And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 47 yards. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Shaquille Barrett able to get him for a loss of about 3. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen.
Okay.
I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Okay.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be Case Keenum, the 6'1 QB out of the University of Houston.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
A 2nd down carry for Booker. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. Well, look now at the defensive starters for the Cardinals. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Now Keenum drops it underneath for Booker. Booker coughs it up, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. A look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 7 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
When you turn in good, consistent performances each and every week, you will rank in the top 10 in the league in receiving yards, and he's number 7 currently, hoping to move up as time goes on.
Keenum going to throw, and that's complete to the tight end Hireman. A gain of 6 there on first. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Back alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gould. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Keenum. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Let's give him a big fat old goose egg.
Sanders for the Denver first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A Bronco first down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas.
Give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
There you go.
Shane Ray coming on the blitz.
He used to play for them.
He gets him for a loss of 7.
Well, no takes start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw is Keenum, and Thomas has it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And our focus now moves on to Larry Fitzgerald. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Johnson running left. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 8 yards here on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. On 3rd down. It's Johnson. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
No. Check. Patriot.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It got his man complete. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rosen on 1st and 10. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the 1st half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. Here's Rosen. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Larry Fitzgerald with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard
He stupidly juked his family to the line and
get him set. Now Keenum. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they will score.
Pick 6.
Pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and a rout is on here in this 1st half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. Normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet.
And the pressure
Buda Baker sack.
The Cardinals get home for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Keenum. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That goes for a gain of 31.
Let's go, baby.
Another
Let's go.
snag
Let's
for
go.
Fitzgerald, who in 2015 became the youngest player at age 32 to hit 1,000 receptions. He's piling up some more.
But the way he's playing today, it's almost like he's trying to...
And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. The rookie Josh Rosen with 3 touchdown passes. And the Cards continue to pour it on.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll hand off to Booker, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games coming up this weekend. The first one is an early start, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, as it's the Titans and Chargers in London. Even more good matchups to check out in the late afternoon window. A 4 o'clock start up in Baltimore, where it'll be the Ravens taking on the New Orleans Saints. And finally, Monday Night Football, a big-time battle down in Atlanta, as the Giants will be in town to take on the Falcons. In our game, we've seen a strong performance thus far out of the rookie first-rounder Josh Rosen. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Keenum will try again on second down. He's going to air one out. Oh, wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Booker on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Keenum. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a free.
Oh, my God.
He will score. Touchdown, Denver. Case Keenum, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to...
It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 56 yards. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to...
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for the rookie Josh Rosen. And the Cardinals add on.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, what, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing.
There we go. Yeah, so Matthew's 6 and 7 in this video. The next one will be 8 and 9. We have a bye week. Then 11 to 12.
Team on the field now as they will send this one away.
13-14, and 15-16. So,
and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
6 videos into the
now gets ready to head back onto the field.
Draft.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
On the year, and the Broncos get a bit closer. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really
Into the
hurt.
kicker.
McManus's
Defense.
point after is good, and that will shave one more off this lead. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And not a particularly good return here, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, 88 yards. And the Cards continue to pour it on.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Or I'm going to do, because I'm going to do 8 on this one. Try and do a trade.
So deflating for the defense. What's their mentality? How do they rally here?
8 is our bye week.
Well, hopefully there's some
Do
determination.
9, 10, 11 next one. 12, 13.
They weren't ready to go on the last one.
14,
Give all the credit to the
15,
offensive
16.
guys for getting it done, but
And then
allow a run of that length, that's just
skip
not
to
being
the
prepared.
playoffs.
So now, are they
Our playoff
determined?
game.
Are they ready to read their keys and
Then
make the
divisional
proper
round,
plays?
And we'll
conference,
see how determined they are.
Super Bowl.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys
And
to
the
advancing
offseason
ball
and the draft
downfield,
will all be in one.
success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4
So
and
we got
2nd
7
and 8 and 9.
videos.
To throw on second down is Keenan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Play action. It's Keenan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Kill the clock.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with him.
3rd and long here for Rosen. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen, that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Rosen will throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Darian Stewart that time who was able to knock the pass away.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
He'll rifle this one deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Underneath for Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Man.
Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. 3rd and goal. Rosen eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Cardinals add on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates.
And he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. As simply as not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
He's going to run, and that's caught inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And able to find Kirk complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Rosen to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues.
There we go, baby. That's our defensive coordinator for next year.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Dawson tacks on the point after, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Devontae Booker getting ready to head back out there now with his offensive unit. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right?
And this is going to
Honey
be
Badger.
intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
I didn't even see the drive going.
With that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's
Bye-bye.
another touchdown. And that passing touchdown gives him the record for the most in a single game. We have seen a historic performance here in this
There we
one.
go,
And the
baby.
word that comes to mind for me, partner, is relentless. This guy today has been relentless in going after this record. And what an accomplishment for the new single-game record.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here's Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
There you go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Arizona, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Denver, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week.
Okay, let's see. Juju Smith-Schuster that we got somehow in a trade that I don't remember. Happy we got him. Kirk. Happy we drafted this guy. Because Kirk and Juju are going to be the future of our franchise. We're going to keep Ricky. We might draft my guy.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Oh, no, wait. Week 8 is Niners. Oh, no. So, 8, 9. 8. So, we're going to go all the way to the week 11. Then, let me see. So 1, 2, 3 would be the next. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do 4 next video. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, we have like 5 videos. 6 videos before the Super Bowl. Let me know what player you want me to trade for down in the comments below. And I'm gonna do my best to make that happen. Okay. We don't need a QB. Well, thank you guys for liking, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and that subscribe button and tap the little bell on the YouTube app. And we'll see you guys at the next one. Take it easy. Let's end it on Larry.